What's up, everybody? Let's check it out. How is this fight gonna play out? Let's find out here.
Count to 10, y'all two are the judges. Let's touch them up.
Forward remains. Oh, just blocked right. Ground knockouts going to the liver.
I think both guys actually take it. He's trying to launch.
The world has waited for this moment. The clash no one believed would happen, yet everyone wanted to see. YouTube's biggest boxing star versus one of the most explosive knockout artists on the planet. Jake, the problem child. Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. A collision of two different worlds, two egos and two legacies colliding in one unforgettable night. The 2025 mega event, a simulation fight that set the internet on fire. From the very first second, the tension was electric. Cameras flashing, celebrities lining the front row, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, KSI, even Conor McGregor, all here to witness the madness unfold. Inside the T-Mobile Arena, 20,000 fans scream in unison. Jake Paul walks out first, his signature robe flashing LED lights spelling "Problem Child." His face calm but determined, his gloves shining gold. He's not here to joke. Not this time. On the other side, Gervonta Davis walks out with silence. No over-the-top theatrics, no wild entrance. Just confidence, just focus. The kind of energy that says, "I'm about to hurt someone." The crowd splits in noise, boos, cheers, tension thicker than smoke. When the bell rings, the noise fades, and all that's left are two men with one mission: domination. Round 1 begins. Jake Paul moves forward behind his jab, bouncing on his toes. He looks sharp. His months of training in Puerto Rico show in his stance, his head movement, his patience. He flicks the jab, testing distance, measuring Tank. But Gervonta? He's calm. He's studying. Every move Jake makes, Tank watches, eyes locked, no emotion. Davis stays low, tight guard, waiting for a mistake. Jake throws a right to the body, then a left upstairs. It lands, glancing off Davis's gloves. The crowd roars. Jake landed first, but Tank smirks. 1 second later, he fires a lightning-quick left counter that snaps Jake's head back. The difference in speed is terrifying. Commentators shout, "Gervonta Davis doesn't need many chances. One punch can change everything." Jake circles, keeping his range, his corner yelling, "Stay long! Don't trade!" The bell rings. Jake won the volume, but Davis found his rhythm. Round 2 starts and the pace picks up. Jake Paul pumps the jab again, trying to keep Davis off him. But Tank begins to close the distance, step by step. Every time Jake backs up, Tank takes the center. 30 seconds in, Davis throws a fake jab, then slips under Jake's counter. He lands a short left uppercut to the ribs. The sound echoes through the arena. Jake's breathing changes just a little, but Tank notices. Then comes the flurry. Davis feints high, swings low, a brutal left hook to the liver. Jake steps back, gritting his teeth, shaking his head, trying to hide the pain. Commentary erupts. Tank's body shots are digging deep early. That's not a good sign for Jake Paul. Jake fights back with a straight right that lands. The crowd goes wild. Jake's power connects clean. Davis stumbles half a step, then grins. A grin that freezes Jake for a split second. That grin says it all. You just woke up the beast. The round ends with both men trading punches, the crowd on their feet. Round 3 begins, and you can feel the energy shift. Jake's corner tells him, "You're doing good, keep it simple." But Tank's eyes have changed. He's no longer studying. He's hunting. Davis cuts off the ring beautifully, jabbing to the chest, then overhand left. Jake blocks, but barely. Jake tries a jab, Tank slips inside, counters with a right hook, then another. The crowd can feel it. Tank's turning the tide. Jake tries to clinch, but Tank rips an uppercut through the guard that snaps Jake's head backward. The arena gasps. That punch landed flush. Jake backs off, arms up, trying to reset. Davis presses, bobbing and weaving, closing the space. A clean left to the chin sends Jake stumbling into the ropes. The crowd erupts. Jake's corner yells, "Hold him! Hold him!" He ties up, breathing hard, eyes wide. The bell saves him, barely. As Jake walks back to his corner, you can see his confidence starting to crack. Tank walks calmly. No emotion, no celebration. He knows the knockout is coming. Round 4 starts and the tension hits its peak. Jake's moving, but slower now. The punches that once looked crisp now look heavy. Tank walks him down. Step, step, step. Jake throws a lazy jab. Tank dips under and fires a missile of an uppercut straight up the middle. Jake's head snaps back violently. He stumbles back, and boom, a left hand detonates on his chin. Jake Paul is down. The referee starts the count. 1, 2, 3. Jake blinks, shaking his head, dazed. He's up at 6. His legs are wobbly. His eyes are foggy. Tank stands in the corner, calm, ready to finish. The ref asks Jake if he's okay. Jake nods, hands up, but the crowd knows what's coming next. The fight resumes. Tank explodes. Left, right, left. Jake tries to move, but his feet are gone. A final left hook to the temple and Jake collapses again, face first. The ref waves it off. It's over. Gervonta Davis wins by knockout. The crowd goes insane. Cameras flash, the arena shakes. The replay shows that perfect uppercut. The timing, the precision, the raw power. Jake Paul gave it everything, but Gervonta Davis was just on another level. Commentators shout over the noise, "Ladies and gentlemen, Gervonta Davis just proved again why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the world." In Jake's corner, his team helps him sit up. His eyes open, he nods. He's okay, but heartbroken. Davis walks over, kneels beside him, pats his shoulder. The respect between fighters is real. Both men smile, bruised, exhausted, but warriors to the end. Tank's post-fight interview sends chills. Jake's got heart, he's tough, but in my world, it's levels. The crowd cheers. Jake, microphone in hand, says through a swollen lip, "I took my shot. I'll be back. Respect to Tank. That's real boxing right there." The audience applauds. In the stands, Tyson and Mayweather nod in approval. Even KSI gives a clap. The internet is already exploding. Millions of clips flooding TikTok, X, YouTube. E-tiered Tank KO trends worldwide. Analysts later break down the simulation in slow motion. In the first round, Jake's jab looked sharp, statistically landing 36% of his attempts, keeping Davis at bay. But by round 3, Tank had downloaded his timing, slipping and countering like a predator waiting for the perfect moment. His footwork, clinical. His punch placement, surgical. The knockout punch in round 4, that uppercut, came from a setup he'd been disguising since round 2. A fake low body shot, followed by the uppercut that lifted Jake off his feet. Commentators replay the moment frame by frame. You can see Jake's guard drop half an inch, and that's all it took. Davis's timing, one analyst says, is the difference between a good puncher and a world-class finisher. Within minutes of the fight, social media goes nuclear. Twitter floods with reactions. Jake showed guts, but Tank's power is unreal. Bro, Tank just ended the simulation like Thanos. Respect to Jake, but you can't YouTube your way through that left hand. Clips circulate across every platform. Fan edits, reaction videos, breakdowns. The knockout becomes the most replayed moment of the year. Even celebrities weigh in. Tyson Fury tweets, "Davis is the truth. That's how you end a fight." Logan Paul posts, "My brother's a warrior. We go again." And Floyd Mayweather simply writes, "Levels." Backstage, Jake sits with an ice pack on his jaw talking to his coach BJ Flores. "Man, I didn't even see it coming," Jake says. Flores replies, "That's Tank, bro. You gave him problems early, but once he found the rhythm, you had to move more." Jake nods. "He's fast, strong, but I'll be faster next time. I ain't done." Say what you will about Jake Paul, love him or hate him, the man never quits. And that's why this fight hit differently, because this wasn't a circus. This was real heart, real danger, and real boxing. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis addresses the fans post-fight. I told everybody, I respect what Jake's done for the sport, but there's a difference between entertaining and surviving in here. When I step in that ring, it's war. I don't play. Reporters ask him what's next. He smiles. Whoever wants it. I'm ready for anyone. The simulation may have been virtual, but the emotion felt real. This fight wasn't just about power, it was about pride, courage, and the line between showmanship and skill. Jake Paul proved he can hang with pressure, that he's not just a YouTuber swinging for headlines. And Gervonta Davis reminded the world why his nickname is Tank, because once he rolls forward, nothing stops him. Fans debate online for weeks. Could Jake survive longer in real life? Could Tank's power translate at Jake's weight? Would a rematch ever happen? Regardless of what's real or simulated, one thing's clear. This event reignited the conversation about boxing's future. Crossover fights, legacy fights, spectacle fights, they all lead to one thing: eyeballs back on the sport. And in that sense, both men won. The final replay shows Davis's knockout punch one last time. Slow motion, lights flashing, crowd frozen. As Jake falls, Tank raises his hand, expression stone cold. The commentary fades out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the definition of elite precision. One punch, one opportunity, one Tank. Fade to black. Music rises. On screen, Gervonta Davis defeats Jake Paul. K.O. Round 4, 2025 Mega Event Simulation. Then text fades in. Respect the grind. Respect the fight. Voiceover. If you enjoyed this fight simulation, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic breakdowns and cinematic fight moments. This was the KO Mega Event 2025. Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis. And remember, in boxing, it only takes one punch to change everything. Music fades out. End screen shows the next simulation teaser, Canelo vs. Crawford 2, coming soon.